the last thing, I'm just going to have to go. I was about to leave, and then Chase Lounge says, can you save Trigglypuff? I think I could. For those of you who are not familiar with Trigglypuff, the last week's episode called Trolling the SJWs is a Steve Green episode. Talks about basically poking these social justice warriors and getting them triggered just for fun, because it makes people dislike them and swings people our way. I think it's good for that, and I think it's good for them too. I think they need to be poked until and deal with it. Just start dealing with it now. So could I save Trigglypuff? I think I could. I'd have to do it one-on-one. But you can turn anybody under the right circumstances. I think you can turn anybody from liberal to conservative over time. I've had the pleasure of hearing some people say to me, I was the biggest progressive liberal ever. And then I heard your argument about the rafts moving one way, and I realized there's no way around this. There's no way around what he's saying. Everything I believe is wrong. Those kind of things are tremendous. But you can convert liberals to conservatism, but it's much harder I would say it's virtually impossible to convert a genuine philosophical conservative, somebody who understands it, to liberalism. I don't think they can do it. I can't imagine a world where I could be converted into a progressive simply because I have a fair amount of data, and all the data is sending me in the other direction. I'm not a prisoner of that emotional argument. In any event, that's that. One last thing, Cheryl's says, Cheryl Toomey says, what about Trump and CNN today? This is the thing that they are terrified of. This is why CNN leaked the questions to Hillary. This is why all of these reporters write these stories about Donald Trump. This is why BuzzFeed runs with some third-rate rumor about Donald Trump's weird sexual activities in Russia. They all do it because they know that Donald Trump is the end of them. It's the end of them. A line I liked an awful lot, I don't remember where I put it, I think it was in the last Firewall or something. The journalists say that Donald Trump... I remember Hollywood correspondents saying that Donald Trump tweeting directly to the American people is the end of democracy. I say Donald Trump tweeting to the American people is the end of White House correspondence. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. The Meryl Streep thing was, I think I said it in both of our Meryl Streep episodes. The second one's up right around now, I think. The Meryl Streep gave the game away right at the beginning. Right at the beginning, she got up there and she said, well, here we are, the most despised people in the country. We're Hollywood, we're foreigners, and we're press. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything against foreigners. But yeah, Hollywood, press, yeah, you are the most despised people in America. You earned it. You earned it over 8 years of hard work. Who am I kidding? 25, 30 years of hard work. You earned it, Meryl. You know, every time you do something like this, every time you people make another one of these insane videos, and so help me God, if I see one more video where people just talk about the cause, talk about the cause, talk about the cause. If they talking about the cause, I want to talk about, if they're going to talk about the cause. If I see one more of those, I'm just gonna say, all right, now we're at the, now it's like watching a car wreck, and then the wreck is over. Now we're watching them put the thing on a tow truck and drive it away. That's not what they want. They became actors and celebrities, not only Meryl Streep, but the reporters as well. They came into it because they wanted to influence other people, and mostly they wanted a sense of importance. They wanted a sense of power. Movie stars have a tremendous amount of power. Celebrities have incredible power. I got a chance to know a relatively minor TV celebrity quite well. And you would just see that he would go to a party. He'd be invited to go to a party. He was a star of a TV show on NBC for a couple of seasons. And he would go to a party, invited to a party, and he would come back with at the time, which was gigantic. He'd come back with 52-inch flat screen LED TVs, which are given to him as a present. Here, well, that's very nice. Here's a red enamel brand. This is the newest LG B screen. It's like coming home. It's like I go to the party in Hollywood right now, and I come back and I have a 100-inch 4K monitor that they just gave me as a way of thanking me for coming to the party. The corrosive power of that is almost unbelievable. People want it, and once they've got it, they don't want to let it go. So Meryl Streep had a hissy fit, not because of Donald Trump. She had a hissy fit because people despise him now. You've done it to yourself. You're right. You are the most despised people in the country. You absolutely are. And you could hear it in her voice. She was not only upset about it, she was shocked. She was shocked, and she was surprised and kind of disoriented. People become celebrities, actors, they become actors mostly because they need approval that they didn't get when they were younger. And that's true for writers as well. Just experience speaking here. You just have this desire, this hunger to be recognized, and normal people don't have this, and they want to be loved. And so when they get out there and they're loved, that's great. But when they do it so much that people now are mocking them and just calling them out, their first reaction is confusion. They're just confused. They don't know why they're not being adored anymore, but they do know they have to be adored. And so there it goes. Anyway, somebody just mentioned my hands look dirty. They're not actually dirty. I had to write a handwritten, I didn't have to, but I wrote a handwritten letter to somebody who was very kind to us, made a big donation, and I tried to use my fountain pen, which I haven't used in a long time, and it's not with us anymore. So anyway, this is one of the stranger shows I think we've ever done, but it turned out okay, I suppose.